Outworld Destroyer is the master of mana. He steals it, weaponizes it, and turns every fight into a test of who has the biggest brain. Spoiler, it's usually him. Welcome back to Grinner's Gaming Academy. Today we're breaking down Outworld Destroyer, one of the most oppressive mid-heroes in Dota 2. Outworld Destroyer is an intelligent ranged core. He's known for his insane mana scaling and turning mana into damage. He excels at punishing low mana heroes, controlling lanes, and deleting squishy cores. He's weak when he's behind, he's highly item dependent, and he's very punishable if you mistime your astral, and your teammates will let you know about it. Let's talk about his abilities. OD doesn't just get mana from intelligence like everyone else, he gets extra. That means that every item, every level, every essence flux proc feeds his pool. And that pool is his damage source. Bigger mana bar, bigger arcane orb hits, and scariest sanity eclipse. Arcane orb is OD's signature attack. It adds bonus magical damage based on your current mana pool, and it costs a small percentage of that mana to fire. The higher your mana, the harder you hit. It even pierces barriers, so no hiding behind Crimson or Pipe. Use it for last hits and harass in lane. In fights, it melts heroes who can't burn through your mana fast enough. Astral Imprisonment banishes a target, deals AoE damage when they pop out, and steals mana in the process. Casts it on enemies to drain their resources, or allies to save them from danger. Just don't waste it. If Astral is down, you're wide open. The mana steal keeps OD topped up, and a great setup tool for combos and teamfights. It allows you to either catch or isolate an opponent. It also allows you to hold them down while your teammates catch up. It's an excellent positioning tool. Essence Flux makes OD's entire kit work. Every time you cast a spell, including your auto-click of your first ability, you've got a chance to restore a big chunk of your mana. That means more arcane orbs, more astrals, and more pressure. The longer the fight goes, the more OD snowballs. Sanity's Eclipse is a big brain bomb. It deals damage based on the difference between your mana and the enemy's mana. If you've got 3000 mana and they've got 800, they're done. Cast it early in fights when enemies are drained, or drop it on multiple heroes for a massive swing. I recommend using it after you've killed one enemy with your right click. That way you have a huge mana pool to absolutely decimate the rest of the team. Aghs Shard upgrades Astral Imprisonment, making it hit harder and steal more mana in the area. It turns Astral into a serious teamfight tool, not just a save. Aghs Scepter is where it's at. It's one of the most powerful survivability items in the game. When you're about to take fatal damage, OD auto-dispels and converts his current mana into a giant barrier. The more mana you've stacked, the bigger the shield. It can completely flip a fight. Facets. With Obsidian Decimator, every Essence Flux proc also increases your max mana. It's a snowball facet. Win trades, get mana, hit harder next time. Overwhelming Devourer makes enemies regret even casting spells. If they survive your Astral and Sanity's Eclipse, they get hit with mana allergy, and every spell they cast heals you, perfect against spam casters. Let's talk about how he plays. Early game, OD's lane is all about arcane orb trades and astral to control creeps or punish enemies. You want to dominate your lane, drain their mana and hit the early item timings. You can use your astral imprisonment to isolate enemies while you secure last hits, and generally this leads up to when you hit your level 6 and your first Sanity's Eclipse proc. You want to make sure that the enemies are low in mana and you've got heaps of mana and you've been trading well when you hit level 6, that way you can secure a kill instantly. Mid game is where your power spikes around the items that you get. Items like Witchblade, Blink, or BKB. Join fights with Astral, set up and punish heroes who step out of position. Mana management is key. If you run dry, you're useless, but it's very unlikely to happen at this point. I know it seems scary, but trust me, just leave your Arcane Orb toggled on and your Essence Flux will do the rest. Late game, OD becomes a raid boss. With thousands of mana and items like Hex, Sheepers or Aghs, you control fights and delete cores. Position behind your front line, spam orbs, and drop Sanity Eclipse when it'll hurt the most. Yeah, looking at his strengths and weaknesses, OD has insane mana scaling, which turns directly into damage scaling. His great lane bullying with Astral and his orb, his huge AoE nuke potential with Sanity's Eclipse, and can hard counter low mana heroes, which is most of them. Weaknesses, he's very punishable when Astral is down. You gotta keep an eye on your positioning and your cooldown for Astral Imprisonment, and you'll need to practice and get a feel for when to use Astral. Sometimes it makes sense to do it, sometimes it doesn't make sense to do it and you still need to do it, sometimes you don't do it even though it makes sense. It's a tricky ability. OD is very item dependent and weak without farm. He suffers heavily against silencers, mobility heroes, and mana burn. Outworld Destroyer is a hero of discipline. If you manage your mana, time your astrals and pick your fights, you'll feel unstoppable. But one mistake and you're just another squishy mid with no escape. If you found this guide helpful, hit subscribe. Otherwise, goodbye forever.